table bed. Yo, welcome to the next episode. In this episode I have just started welding for the first time. It's okay, I think. It's not very beautiful welding, at least. The welding is not very beautiful at the moment, but it's going to improve. I am just patching the firewall at the moment here. I have just started welding for the first time, and it's coming along okay. In the start you saw some footage of the welds this far. First off is patching the firewall, because I think the car needs to regain some structural integrity before I start chopping away at the front frame rails. I've also decided that I should order up some floor pans from KF Vintage. After calculating and doing some inspections here, I think it's just a better idea to drop a complete pan inside, because of the previous owner jacking the car up on the frame rail and because of all the holes. Luckily I have the seat mounts intact, so I won't have to order up those. I'll just drill up the plug welds and make sure to mark the locations so that I have a guideline for when I drop them in again. Here we can see from the back side of the patching, it's not very beautiful. It's just yeah, it's my first time welding. I can see now that I'm not getting enough coverage, so probably have to weld from the inside as well. That's not kind of an issue. So this is the panel I have to patch. Then I'm going to patch down here, all across here, before I drop the floor pan in on top of the firewall. I've decided to complete the cockpit or the coupe of the car before I do anything else, just to get a sense of completion and I work on it. My good friend was kind enough to lend me his welder. It's a proper good welder, and yeah, as you can see, everything is a mess. Back from the garage, and today's project is making a mock-up for a battery tray. So first off, I'm going to start cleaning off the metal here. I have some work to do. I have to finish off these welds with the grinder. Then for the end of today's session, I'm planning to have this welded shut. Here we can see it from the inside. And luckily for me, my neighbor is a metal worker, so I was able to get a hold of a 1.5 square meter sheet of metal, which I'm going to use for the fabrication. For this task I'm going to use a metal stripping disc that strips off all the paint. That way I can unveil all the rust and see where I have to make a cut. I did some test fitting of the panels as well. Front fenders were okay fitment. I still have this part where it's rotted away, so it doesn't really bolt up, and it's also bent bent down here, so it's pretty rough. So that's going to have to be fixed. The hood has also a big dent, but it's straight and it lined up pretty well on the car. So I think I might be lucky and that the damage isn't very structural, it's more here in the front section.
Think about you. I know.
This is going to need reinforcement. Alright, started mocking up the battery tray, going all the way down to the frame rail. I'm using baking sheets or baking paper and small magnets to attach it. That way I can get it into shape. And this is going to be quite tricky, because it's going down and then sloping into a flat surface. It looks decent. Shouldn't be too bad. Just have to find out how to solve this area. I think I'm going to have to drill out some spot welds here, and then cut it back, make sure it's all clean on the back side, and then weld it. Should be good. I think that's the appropriate height. The old one was here, so it's sloping into that, and then I'll make a bracket for the battery. So it should be good. So now I just have to outline this, also making sure to leave enough for the pinch weld lip down here, so it's like one finger width or a thumb. This curvature is going to be okay, and then it just have to clean up this area, and yeah. And then there's also going to be a reinforcement plate on the outside of this. That's for later. As I'm sitting here reviewing the footage, it's quite funny to me, because this is maybe one of the first sessions I had with the car, and I mean, obviously I didn't weld in the battery tray. There is a lot of rust around in the surrounding areas that has to be addressed. So yeah, that was just me being eager to get started. As you can see from the photos, here I am making the plate that the floor pan will plug weld to. And while I was making this plate and welding it in, my friend was fixing the rust damage on this seatbelt holder. In this clip, you can see me and my father moving his old Volvo PV out of the garage. He has moved to a different location and is taking the car with him. The Datsun is going to take its place in this side of the garage, and this was also a opportunity for me to do my first official drive with the new extended driver's license I have, which allows me to pull pretty heavy trailers. I've received a shipment from Kia Vintage, floor pants for the Z. Let's open and see. These look really good. This is the passenger side. Going in here. Just have to cut out the remaining sheet metal and then finish up in the back here, and we should be good to go. It looks to be a high quality part. So excited to see how it fits. Should fit very good.
tar han et par punkter her først.
Ja.
Oi! Så han litt opp. Satt på et kne under.
Og da ferdig fra da.
Ja, men vi bretter han inn litt. Faen for litt. Jeg har ikke noe maske. Det er jo umulig uten maske. Treffer jo faen ikke.
Almost done welding in the floors on the passenger side. Gotta make it toe board here. I haven't really. This is just a mock-up, so I'm going to have to remake this one. Fitment of these KF vintage panels were great. I had to remake this section. Also had to fix this. Kind of hard to grind down the welds inside here. Spot welded all across here. Almost finished fixing the firewall. It looks terrible, but it's actually pretty okay. Started working on a corner piece here. Fits pretty good, just needs some trimming and then it should be ready to weld. Yeah, I made myself a little lamp. Found some rust and probably a mouse nest inside of the side here, so I had to cut it open. Have to build a new section here, and then I have to do some reinforcement, replacing this one before I weld in my battery tray, which I have already made. When all of this is solid, I'll start on the frame rails. Gotta do some repairs, doing some sections. I'm not replacing the entire frame rail because some of it is solid. And I eventually, or finally, got the car up in the air. So much better to work when it's a bit off the ground. Inside here I have to do some repairs as well. Cut out a panel that goes along here. It's going to get welded back in after I put on my piece here and grind it flush. And then I'll have to do some rust treatment inside of here. So as you can tell, there is quite a lot of surface rust at least. These panels from KF Vintage fit extremely well. It was just simply to drop it in, so that's very nice. Not having to fiddle around and make all of these cuts and then fold it over. Now you can just drop it in, space it properly, and then weld it, butt weld it. I feel like the progress is coming along quite nice. It's doing it one step at a time. First step is to finish up inside of the cabin, because then I can just button everything up here, prime it, epoxy primer, and then I can move on to the front. I'm not looking forward to the front. I have to straighten this out. I have to fix some rust. I have to replace large sections of the frame rails. But yeah, one step at a time. No rush, and I expect at least 3 to 5 years of project before it's on the road. I mean, yeah. This is not moving anywhere anytime soon.